everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this...
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They come up. An offset eye. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out. Moore now. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Moore. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook. Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career. You're saying that's going into the trophy case? I'd put it there. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold. Alshon Jeffrey past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey, 89 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it? No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Dion Lewis to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Good use of the pass there to pick up the first down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60. Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. I gotta go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because...
And that's caught inside the 35. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Fresh set of downs here. One man on the backfield is Gordon. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Daniel Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back
now at Soldier Field, it's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and then get that onside kick. And his kick is good. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw is Smith, backing up. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Smith. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down after a good game. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they'll indeed take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Down to a knee. Here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get an extra week to think about it, as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.